Tank. Yes, I do. Anyway, you can help me out by spreading the word about the stream. You know, tweeting about it or posting about it on Facebook. I keep asking this on occasion. If I were to put up like some kind of generic click to tweet, would people be inclined to use that? Like if I were to put it in a convenient place? I screwed that up big time. Yeah, I should not lose too much time there. That's good. Let's save the frames foundation. I don't know. They, Cool Maddie was actually, live streaming concerts. Huh, interesting. Is this, just Twitch TV, or is it, like, the larger Justin TV property, of which Twitch is ostensibly still a part, if now a largely independent one, and/or the primary one? Saving frames greater than preventing cancer, indeed. Well, I mean, frames are so, like, 2011. Last I knew, subpixels were the new hotness, but maybe there's something else in, like, the tasking community now that's the new hotness. Ah, what? That strat, yeah. Actually, Chronic Sauce, funny thing, the tool-assisted run does that, too, and the tool-assisted run is from, like, 2007. So... I think the tool-assisted run actually does something. I don't think it shoots out the top blocks from each. What? Okay, that was a thing. That happened. Anyway. Uh-oh. Oh, that's cool. Alright, so here we go. Shoutouts to Chronic Sauce for that one, too. Yeah, you should get a 105. You shouldn't, like, you have the skill to do it, without a doubt. There are people who have the skill to there are people who have the skill to get the world record in this, I honestly believe. Especially as more and more people start, like, doing real research on it, and, you know, start coming up with just tiny time savers. Because, as I've mentioned before... Like, as weird as it sounds, like, one of my weaknesses as a speedrunner is that doing research for speedruns bores me to death. Also, 1814 Varia is absurdly good. Still early, though. Still early. You know. I've been speedrunning for too long to, get too attached at this point, but that is an absurdly good Varia. Again, even though it will put me well behind, I'm generally happy with anything below 1830 on Varia. So sub 1815 is, yeah. Yeah, Chronic Sauce, I'm the opposite. I would rather just do runs than work out how to make runs better. It's like I could spend an hour working on a section, or I could spend that hour getting better at the entire run by doing a run. That's kind of how I look at it. So, alright, let's see if we can lock this gamma down. Oh, what am I doing? Why am I rolling there? I don't need to roll there. This is where I need to roll. Okay, there we go. Oh, I kind of got it. That's disappointing. Alright, that's fine. So that's what kind of a gamma fight looks like. I couldn't even really lure it back to the left afterward. That's disappointing, but that's alright, though. Again, 18 minutes in, way too early to get attached or start thinking world record. Games I speedrun. Right now, this is my primary game that I speedrun. If you go to speeddemosarchive.com and you search MTI, you should be able to find pretty much all the games I've run in the past. I think currently the only other run I might have up there is Magician. Or no, also Chuck Rock on SNES. Another one I'm done. Chuck Rock is a, it's kind of part of the glut of mascot games that came out in the mid-90s. I believe, technically speaking, the original version was an Amiga game, and it slightly predates that. The original Amiga version was like 91, I think, but it's very much in that mold of, okay, sure. We'll take that fight as badly as we possibly can. That's cool. Thanks, Gamma. Games I've done way in the past are Zelda 2, Rygar, what else have I done? Astyanax was one. So a lot of obscure stuff. I did Battletoads way back in the day. But, like, Battletoads speedrunning is, like, at a completely different place. Like, when I did Battletoads any percent runs, you had to actually play the game. Let's put it that way. And now you, like, just early level, you, like, early end probably half the levels at this point. It's like a 15-minute run, if not shorter. Plus 3.8 is actually really good. Because I have a pretty good Phase 2 as well, although it's not as good as the Phase 5. Phase 5, like I said, is just I'm going to lose time. It's just a matter of how much. What else have I done in the past? Zelda 2... I have a run of Golgo 13, the Mafat Conspiracy, that has passed verification and will be up on Speed Demos Archive at some point. By the way, has SDA updated lately? The last update I saw was July 11th, I think. So I don't know if it's been updated in the last day or two. Actually, funny thing, the world record run of this that I got is not even on my Twitch. I got it on the Rise Up Gaming Twitch. So last I knew it was highlighted there, but I don't know if it still is. Or if with the schedule change on Rise Up Gaming, it's got moved to the Rise Up YouTube. Okay. I mean, I don't necessarily expect to see any of my runs up there, but that might not be a bad place to spider throw, actually. That zigzag there. Still July 11th? Okay. That's fine, I mean, I was just curious. Because obviously the more they update, the... Eventually one of the updates is going to have my runs in it. I quickly unmorph and remorph there because it's theoretically faster than waiting to bounce on the ground. Unless I do it slowly like I did the second to last time there. Then it's not any faster. So right now, the way this category works is for 100%, you have to collect every beam one time. And as it happens, in Phase 5, there is a spot where you can very conveniently grab all 4 beams at basically the same time, so... Once I get an 059 in game time, I'll probably just drop that and just start doing what the consensus... What people feel like the consensus should be, which is... Because the beams overwrite one another, the consensus is now that you should be able to just get the ice beam and call it a day. But I really just want to see if I can get the 059 in, like, with... I guess this rule set. Just to see if it's possible. Just to prove it's possible, I guess. Even though the in-game timer in this is a giant pile of garbage that you should never ever use in any serious competitive context. Which I actually found out. That was one of the few... It's one of the few bits of tassing I've ever done. Or, like, digging into a ROM. The other little bit of tassing I did was figuring out that the one-frame jump in Golgo 13, the Math That Conspiracy, was in fact a one-frame jump. That was not fun to find out. Although I had my suspicions. That guy is the strongest enemy. I told you that enemy is the hardest enemy. I don't think anybody believed me, but I just proved it right there. So, yeah. Yeah. Boom. E-tank. Generally because, I recommend if you want to speedrun Metroid 2, I actually recommend starting with the 100% category, for reasons I kind of mentioned before. Resource management is not really a thing. And also, the any percent route is actually pretty similar to the 100% route, because the game is one of the more strictly structured of the Metroid games. There's not really a cleanup phase as such in 100%, like there is in e.g. Super Metroid, or Zero Mission, or Fusion even. So the routes are pretty similar for any percent and 100%. It's basically just the number of detours you take. Even though you have the space jump, doing damage boost jumps here is quicker than just, actually space jumping. It's a principle I use a couple other times throughout this phase. Oh, I almost had it. Ideally, you want to fall through there without getting hit. Didn't quite pull it off, but that's okay. Again, this is not necessarily the quickest way to go about this, but... Oh, you just... Save some frames there by going toward the exit before the final shot actually hit. You have to... Oh, hello, Quiet Kitten. Quiet Kitten, I still owe you a thank you letter, and also I still owe you a stream of B.O.B. Oh, hello, Flan Kitty. Oh, Flan Kitty, I wanted to ask you something. When you mentioned that the puzzle with the dart made no sense in Deja Vu 2, what version were you looking up the walkthrough for? I'm just curious. So I actually beat that on the Rise Up stream, Saturday, I think it was. Whoops. Alright, cool. Flan Kitty, I think it was you who looked up the solution to the dart riddle, and you were like, that makes no sense in reality. It was actually the puzzle before that that didn't make a lot of real-world sense to me. Like, now, piecing it together, I see all the in-game clues were there, but it's still not something I ever would have come up with on my own.